sleeping and the house is quiet. It's 8 a.m. on Saturday morning, and today I have a Christmassy outing planned. Ian booked this and we were really hoping I was going to be well enough to go, so fingers crossed that I stay okay today. It's this afternoon. The BFI are doing a sing-alonger version of the Oliver film, and Ian found it. He's been on the lookout for the last few years and booked it, so that's this afternoon, so hopefully I'm going to be well enough to go. But for this morning I need to spend a couple of hours on the coat. Now yesterday I got to the point of tacking together the collar sections to check that the plaid stripes, they don't match, but to check that they weren't terribly incongruent, and to check that the collars fitted on the body pieces, which was my big worry because I'd extended the body pieces and I got them to fit just. I mean, it was a real struggle. It'll be much better once the seam's clipped out and they can sit flat. And then I tacked the facings on, and that was so that I could get him to try on the coat and I could check that the seams between the collar and the back of the coat were running sort of straight-ish and looked okay, which they do. So now I have to unpick my tacking and sew it together for realsies, and then it's actually kind of on its way to being done. If I can get the facings on today, then I'll be really pleased, and then it'll be onto the lining and we'll be on the home straight. Just about to rebase the collar on, and that is one lot of ease stitching that I have done to try and get it to fit. But ease stitching can be your friend. It is the friend of the stretched out garment or the overly let out garment in this case. I just don't have any fabric to recut the pieces. I had to recut the collar, half of the collar, so that the symmetrical pattern matched the pattern along the back of the coat, and because it really looked awful if I didn't do that. And I found one spot in all of my, I mean, I've got a bin bag full of scraps, found one spot where I could match the pattern to get it to be symmetrical on the collar, but now I've got 0 left, so we would be out having to use like velvet or, you know, like a contrast fabric, and that ain't gonna happen after all the work I've put in matching it. So yeah, I've done a of ease stitching, and just all I need now is the sewing gods to smile on me. And there we go. Now, obviously it still looks very crinkled, but there isn't one pucker in there that won't press out when I have sewn it properly and then trimmed and clipped the seam allowance. And so I've managed to ease in 2 centimetres of ease there. The coat doesn't do right up to the collar, it finishes sort of goes like this, the lapels sit back, so the fact that it's tight around the neck hopefully shouldn't be an issue, and he's got all the extra ease through the shoulders, which is where he needs it. That's the theory anyway. Hi everyone, it's 10 to 4. I've just woken up from my nap and now I'm not at the cinema. I didn't feel up to going, which is a real shame, and this is the 3rd Christmas on the bounce that I've spent in the house, not being able to go out and enjoy things, which is such a bummer. So Ian, being a very considerate man that he is, suggested that we put the trimmings up later on today and put Oliver the musical on while we are trimming up. Yeah, we're going to listen to Oliver and do that later on, put the tree up, etc. In better news, I got both my collar pieces on and the seams are looking pretty good. So this is the coat that I had to ease all this in, and this is the seam once I've pressed it. That lower seam. You really can't see that it was eased in so much, so I'm delighted with that. And Ian's gone out for a little wander down Camden, and I'm going to have a cup of coffee and a street waffle, which I love, and then I'm gonna work on that while he's out. I'm going to try and film on Christmas Day. Ian's cool with that, and I think it's quite a nice way to end Vlogmas, to kind of see him opening that and, you know, see us both opening our gifts. I'd ordered for Christmas for both of us really a slow cooker, because Ian can't cook and I just haven't been well enough to cook, and that means that we've been living on convenience foods, and we do try and put vegetables with ready meals and things like that and eat various fruit and vegetables in the day, but it's expensive. And I used to enjoy cooking, but I just don't have any kind of energy for it now, and if I have that energy I would rather be sewing than cooking. And so Ian's kind of learnt a little bit to cook, but he hasn't got any interest in it. I kind of taught him how to do a stir fry, but I thought if we got a slow cooker we could go back to having things like curry and chilli and spag bol, just chop it all up in the morning. That's when I have my energy. And I thought if we kind of take it in turns, then that'll get Ian into being a little bit more, get him into cooking a bit more, and we'll hopefully save some money. So this was my plan. I bought a slow cooker and I bought a slow cooker cookbook. So I ordered these thinking it would be a nice thing to open on Christmas Day. This was just in case the coat wasn't going to be ready, which hopefully it will be. And Amazon sent my slow cooker. They didn't wrap it. So Ian answered the door and they just handed over the box, and it's like, he's like, what have you bought this for? And I was like, oh no, it's supposed to be a surprise. So thanks, Amazon. I mean, Amazon normally massively overpackage everything, so maybe it's because they've been critiqued about that they're sending stuff in no packaging whatsoever. But anyway, that's about all that's happened today. Betsy's not very well. In the period that I didn't film, we had to take her to the vets. She's had some blood in her poo for quite a long time. It's been an on and off thing, and we had it looked into last year, and in the end the doctor, because she was quite fine in herself, the vet just said it's perhaps just like a bit of stress gastroenteritis, like if she gets stressed, if we go away for a couple of days and leave her with a cat sitter, maybe it's something to do with that. So yeah, we had investigations, nothing came of it, so we left it, but it's come back really badly, to the extent that she has to go and have what's it called, endoscopy on the 30th of December, £1,000 no less. So obviously the money is kind of secondary to the fact that I'm really worried about her. She's been really lethargic the last few days. When she wakes up, she's fine in herself and she is eating, but it's just worrying, isn't it? You know, when you love your animals so much. Anyway, I shall get on with my coffee and stroop, and I shall see you a bit later on. Good evening. Well, no trimming up has got done, but what is happening instead is I'm sitting in my bathroom, which is where I keep all my boxes of Habby. Well, I've sorted out a few. That's my zips and my twill tape. That's my elastic. In here is broderie anglais, full big box of that. And then up here there's bias tape and random sewing stuff, trims. I haven't labelled them yet because I've run out of energy, so. Ian was just saying that considering I was going to have an early night, it's good that I've got up and done something, which is true. No, I was talking to the vlog. Anyway, I'm going to go to bed now. So today hasn't been the best, to be honest. I don't really feel like I've done very much. I made a little bit of progress on, and the next step will be to press out the collar and then sew together the lining, which will be really exciting. I've got a little companion where I'm sitting. Betsy. Hello. She's just sitting that close to me. Say hello to the vloggers. To the viewers, Bets. Aren't you beautiful? Yes, you're a very beautiful girl.
She likes to sit on my laptop. I don't know why. But they do, don't they? They like to sit on things. If there's a cushion on the bed, she'll park herself on it. But she's very attached to my laptop. Anyway, I'm going to go to bed now and catch up on a few other people's Vlogmases. See what my mate Rach has been up to, because I've been enjoying hers. And I've very much been enjoying Healer from Saturday Night Stitch, although I haven't been watching her Vlogmas. I've just been catching up on a few of her vlogs, but I do like her a lot. And so I'll say goodnight to all of you lot. Kisses from Camden. See ya. Betsy, where's your dinner live? Where's your dinner live? Where's your dinner live? Oh, you're not